My dear friend, what does it take to live the life of your dreams? One day I asked myself this question and I was like, someone is already living my dream life. How does that feel? How did they do it and what can I do to make my dream come true? Then I imagined for a moment what would happen if I just got everything I wanted. Would I still have dreams then? Or would I just stop appreciating what I have and want something new again? And so on for the rest of my life? Would this cycle continue indefinitely, with me always chasing after the next dream and happy life? Dreaming of something new and strive for the dream life over and over again? And then I started thinking. Probably I think too much, but I thought that before I move in this direction, I should find those who were already living the life I dreamt of and ask them, no, grill them, how they were living my dream. So I imagined calling them up and saying, hello, you may not know me, but you are living my dream life. No, I'm not going to sue you or anything. No, wait, don't hang up. I just want to know the pros and cons. Is it worth it? You will laugh, my dear friend, but that's what I did. I took a spontaneous vacation for a few days, got on a train and went 2,500 kilometers away to the sea. But I was hardly at the beach that vacation. I was so busy. First of all, I picked up a newspaper with real estate ads and went to look at houses with large orchards. I didn't have any money, but I wanted to try on this dress. It was my dream to live near the sea, growing tangerines, pomegranates, figs, persimmons, peaches, and many exotic flowers and trees. In a few days I toured dozens of gardens, from well-maintained to abandoned, talked to the owners of properties for sale, to their neighbors who did not even consider to sell their houses or gardens, to their relatives and friends. One of the women I met during this time became my friend. The people in the south are so open and friendly. I made photos for them. They treated me with fruit from their garden and told me in detail how they were living the life of my dreams. Once it was their dream too. However, now it has turned into a boring routine or hard work. I learned firsthand that maintaining a garden in the southern climate requires a lot of time, effort and attention. Some people were born and raised there, and they thought that I was living the life of their dreams, in a big modern city without a sea, but with a notion of entertainment and opportunities. Surprisingly, almost everyone discouraged me from my dream. With every piece of watermelon that they put on the table, they presented more and more arguments, asking me with admiration about life in my big and prosperous city. The girl who became my friend dreamt of moving to the city at that moment. It seemed very romantic to her to walk along the evening promenade in beautiful dresses instead of watering tomatoes, to go to concerts and sales instead of spraying peach trees from annoying aphids. Soon after, she left her tiny but comfy and cozy cottage and her lovely tangerine orchard for a life in a small apartment in the heart of a southern city. When I returned from vacation to my northern city, I realized that I would no longer dream. I would live and learn to see romance in what I have in my real life, here and now. No more chasing happiness in the sea, under palm trees, in the Garden of Eden with a live orchestra of cicadas. The romance and happiness I thought I'd find in that so-called dream life weren't there. Instead, I met people just like me, struggling with life, concerned with problems, dissatisfied, looking for something else. I had met the same people before wherever I've been, in quiet villages, in beautiful cities. They were rich and poor, young and old. Nothing really matters. There are few who are satisfied with their lives, even in the most blissful and heavenly places I aspired to live in, thinking that fruit trees, sea sunsets, and exotic birds and fish could make me happy and fill my life with romance and beauty. Now I know that everything depends on me and my outlook on life, my attitude towards it, and my choice of what I want to see and what I don't want. Therefore, I decided to thoroughly understand the issue regarding to simple human happiness and set off on a new journey. This time I didn't travel anywhere. I decided to write a book, but not about love, not about cooking, not even a detective novel. Instead, I wanted to make a serious exploration of happiness and find all the answers. It was a bold idea for a woman in her early 30s. I remember everyone laughing at me when I shared my grand plans for revealing the secrets of happiness. But eventually, after a few years, I pulled it off with the support of my husband, the only one who believed in the idea and was as passionate about it as I was. Anyway, years of working on the book changed me a lot. It helped me find happiness and really learned to see, appreciate and create the small joys in daily life. My experience has shaped me into a more positive and grateful person. My dear friend, if you have a dream or aspiration, I'd like to suggest that you stop for a moment and forget about it. Maybe your real life does not fully satisfy you in some ways. Sometimes it feels like there is not enough joy, happiness or romance in it. However, it's also possible that your life is a dream life for someone else, and there is actually a great deal of joy and beauty in your ordinary life. Take some time to pause, slow down, and look at your daily life. I'm sure you'll make many discoveries and may be surprised by what you find. I think everyday life is actually more romantic than we tend to think, especially when you live a slow life. So you have time to see a lot more, and you always have time for romance. Romance is not about just holding hands and kissing and dancing under the moon. For me, romance is cute tiny details that brighten even the most ordinary day. A child's laughter, the attention of loved ones, nice weather, wind melodies, stunning sunsets and birdsong, the smile on the faces of passers-by, a couple of lovers who see nothing around and therefore pass right through you, a shirt ironed for you with love, a favorite corner on the sofa, the aroma of dinner that is about to be served. It remains only to see all this and give yourself time to feel and enjoy. Daily slow life is all about the most savory and delicious moments. We have different ingredients that make up the day. These are our thoughts, desires, emotions, moods, the way we feel, the people around us, events, things to do, and scenery. When we notice every detail of this picture, the day becomes different. Not monotonous, but bright and filled with joy. When you live slowly, you see that every day that once seemed ordinary and similar to all the previous ones is actually unique. Every day has its own pattern. Carries some special meaning. Even a riddle. Makes you think and solve this mystery, the mystery called life. I think it's time to appreciate the most ordinary, simple and everyday things. If you distract yourself from the external fast world and turn to yourself, then you can solve this riddle and peace and joy will reign in your heart. Everyday life will become more romantic. And you yourself will feel more natural, alive and fulfilled. That's exactly what happened to me. I truly feel myself more real and happy than 20 years ago when I was young and lived a fast and, as it seemed to me, vibrant life. Now every new day of my slow, simple life is a new birth. An interesting scenario, a new opportunity, a fresh feeling and an unusual taste, an unpredictable combination and an unexpected event. It's always the end of the old and therefore the beginning of something new. And the new is always fresh, young and romantic, like the present moment. If you want to dive into it here and now, check out my previous video about a slow life in the present moment. See you soon. With love, your Dreamy.